events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to the Splash Live.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Splash Live. One more time. It's Thursday morning. Is it Thursday? Yes, it's Thursday morning here in West Bloomfield. Good to be with you. I'm Dave Scott. Thank you for joining us on the Splash Live, part of 90 minutes of live television we have each and every day. Of course, it starts out with the Splash, and then Tyler comes in with a megacast this morning at 10 o'clock. You can watch our programs across all of our outlets, and there are a bunch of them. It includes Civic Center TV. You'll find that, of course, on Comcast Channel 15. On Comcast Channel 15 and on AT&T Channel 99. You'll also find us, of course, on the web at civiccentertv.com. Great place to go to see all of our video and archives and a whole lot more. Hope you check it out each and every day. A lot of content there. You can also watch us streaming live each day on Facebook and on YouTube. Go search for Civic Center TV and you'll find all of our content. And we also invite you each and every day to listen on the radio, 89.3 Lakes FM. That's where we are. So, awful lot going on the program today. A lot of sports here because there's a lot of sports going on in our area. We're going to get to that in a couple of minutes. And in addition to the coverage of the games last night and all the most up-to-date sports news, we go in the Wayback Machine a little bit today and talk to one of the former coaches of the West Bloomfield High School boys and girls basketball team at a time when there was one coach for both. We'll explain how all that worked back in the day. And we look forward to chatting with Larry Moore. Ran into him last night. Weather-wise, around the Greater West Bloomfield area today, look for 42 degrees for our high. Not too bad of a day with some sunshine, but enjoy it because we have a snowy weekend. Enjoy today. Snow is on the way for tomorrow, and the sun will pop in and out over the weekend, so it shouldn't be too bad, but it's going to cool off. Best day we're going to have in the next couple of days is today's 42-degree high with sunshine, and then tomorrow you're driving to work. Do expect that it may be just a little bit sloppy tomorrow with a little bit of snow on the road and some snow on the road during the day. So, great basketball game last night at Bloomfield Hills High School. I was just privileged to be there as your West Bloomfield Lakers put up a good fight, but were unable to beat Orchard Lake St. Mary. Now, Orchard Lake St. Mary highly favored coming into the game. They come away with a victory last night. They'll be in the district final with Brother Rice, two amazing teams. But nonetheless, Lakers put up a really good fight. They were tied at halftime. And or very close at halftime after getting down early in the game, put up a great fight. Head Coach Arnette Jordan really guiding the team through a difficult challenge. And then at the very end of the first half, our star forward, and that is Mitchell Seay, was elbowed. And eventually they find he came off the court. I was standing right there, blood all over the place, unfortunately. And unfortunately, he broke his nose. And I'm thinking, well, this is it for this kid. He's done for the game. He's a senior. That if they don't come out with a victory, that's going to be it. In a gutsy move, he was able to get back in the game, play the entire second half. It wasn't enough for the Lakers. They didn't come up with a victory. But I'll tell you what, it was a great game. Right after the game, I caught up with the head coach, Arnette Jordan, and he talked about last night's game.
It was a hard-fought battle. We took, in my opinion, too many threes, but we battled. And we were right there for most of the game. And we did something that we normally don't do. We missed a lot of free throws.
No, it was tough. You were missing shots and missing free throws. And, you're not going to win a game against a team like Orchard Lake St. Mary making mistakes. And let's give them credit. They didn't make too many of themselves tonight.
I'll say this to you. They were missing a couple players, but Trey is a tremendous player. And he literally just put him on his back and said, I'll take you to the promised land. And they got good coaching.
Coach, in the first half, you guys were right there. I thought we might even go to the promised land tonight. You did a beautiful job. Yeah. But Mitchell Seay, talk about his injury and what a tough guy he is.
So, obviously, if you saw his nose, you know it's broken. And just for him to, stick some cotton in it is a test to what Mitchell has been our whole season. He's been our rock. And he did not want to end his senior year like that. He gave us his all. I appreciate him. I salute him. And I know he's going to do big things in the future.
Well, a very impressive and gutsy night for him. And, you know, we talked about it the other night. You got to be proud of your accomplishments this season. Talk about that.
I'll say this. We went further than anybody expected us to be. When we came to the white, they picked us to finish second to last. And my guys just worked. I'm so proud of them. When I go upstairs, I know I'll see some crying eyes, but I want them to look back and see all the things that they've accomplished. They're putting a banner up there. Let's not forget that. And that's something that they'll be able to come into school and see for the rest of their lives.
Well, great accomplishment. Before we go, nice job interacting with the student body as well. I have a great video clip of you after the victory earlier this week, and the fans are even asking for a copy of it. You walk right after the game, right off the bench, right down the court, right to the fans, and enjoyed that victory with them, and that says a lot about you and where you're taking your program.
So when I got this job, I promised that I wanted to turn West Bloomfield into a college-like atmosphere. And as we started to win, the student body started to embrace us. And we're going to move forward next year to where we're going to try to get it where we sell out. And it's going to be like a college atmosphere. We're coming because we're young.
We are. And a tough loss tonight, but a very bright future for your team.
Yes.
Great season,
Thank
Coach.
you. I appreciate you.
Great season. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, Coach Jordan right there. And again, fantastic job done by him and the Lakers this year. Last year, they only won 4 games. This year, they make it to the districts, come up with a big win earlier this week, and an awful lot to be proud of and a great setup for the future. Well, we have the women's basketball program playing tonight in the regional final. Tyler Keefe will be there. We'll set that up for you in just a couple of minutes. And then we're going to talk to Mitchell Seay as well. The player, the senior of the Lakers that broke his nose. Well, he didn't break it himself, had a little bit of help, but had his nose broken in last night's game and continued to play. Gutsy play. We'll talk to him in just a minute. When the splash continues right here, thank you very much for joining us this morning. I'm Dave Scott, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. It's that time of year, Greater West Bloomfield. Our towns gather together this March for the 5th annual State of the Communities. Important figures from Sylvan Lake, West Bloomfield, Orchard Lake, and Kego Harbor discuss the past year's projects and developments. Hear presentations from speakers, discussions on plans of action, and more. The 5th annual State of the Communities, March 13th at 7 p.m. at the new West Bloomfield Middle School. Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV. And now, back to the Splash, live.
Welcome back. Dave Scott here with Mitchell Seay, graduating senior of the West Bloomfield Lakers. Tough night for the team, and you got beat up a little bit tonight, too.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it was a tough loss, but, it was a good season for us, though. We battled hard, Trey's a good player, but, we just couldn't get it done. We'll be back, though, next year.
Mitchell, what a great season. You went from 4 wins last year to coming to the districts, winning. This team won its first district game since 2017. Huge progress.
Yeah, we just came together as a team. This season meant a lot for us because, we only won 4 games last year, so we just had to get it done.
Talk about Orchard Lake St. Mary.
Orchard Lake St. Mary's a good team. Trey McKinney, Sherrod Barnes, there's some good sophomores. Really good.
Gutsy play by you tonight. You have the injury, and it didn't seem like they were going to keep you on the bench.
Yeah, because, I want to do whatever it takes to win, so, yeah.
Mitchell, it's been a pleasure following you this year. Congratulations on a great season. Thank you very much. Mitchell Seay of the Lakers. What a gutsy kid. If you look really close, you could see the injury that he sustained. And, just very, very tough. That's the way he handled it. But his mom was right there during the whole time. We got a chance to catch up with Lolita Floyd, Mitchell's mom. And I asked her what a roller coaster of emotions it must have been for her last night.
Well, it really was, at first, I saw that the boys, they were doing very well. They've been doing very well all season. Yes, the emotions were very, very high, especially once I saw my son get elbowed in the nose, and he ended up, I believe it's broken. We're going to have to go see. I'm going to take him to emergency right now and see if his nose is broken. But the good thing is that he still continued to play. My son is very, what I would say, I guess, has a high threshold for pain. So this isn't the first time that he's broken a bone and still continued to play for the entire game. And I'm very proud of him.
Well, we're all really proud. It was a gutsy night, though.
It certainly was.
He came back and played almost all of the second half.
He did.
With a broken nose
Broken
and
nose.
a little bit of blood. They got the blood stopped.
Yep.
But and maybe that whole thing is a metaphor for his whole career in West Bloomfield, don't you think?
Yes, I really do. He's had a lot of broken bones through his entire season, but he still continued to play. He still continued to push forward and do his thing, and I'm very, very proud of him.
Well, and a senior doesn't want to really be denied on his final game. Well, what ended up, unfortunately, being his final game at West Bloomfield.
Exactly. No, senior never wants to be denied. All seniors want to play and play their very best, and I'm just very proud of him that he was able to still continue to play. Regardless of the situation, he still held on, he still shot, he still did everything he could possibly do, even up under the pain that he had. He's still able to push through, and that shows a lot of endurance.
Before we say so long, we as fans have really enjoyed following this team, the football team, the girls basketball team, and all the other successful programs in West Bloomfield.
Yes.
But what's it like on the parents' side?
Well, on the parents' side, I would say it's very, very exciting, to be able to come here and watch the boys develop. I've been, watching these boys since the freshman year. Mitchell was on the varsity team as a freshman, and with all the kids, I've been able to watch them develop and, get their skills down, and be able to see how they've been able to progress, from year to year to year. I've been able to see their skills really progress under different coaches.
Well, we got a great coach now, and thank you for your sacrifice.
Yes.
A big commitment, right?
A lot of commitment, a lot of commitment.
All right.
Thank you.
West Bloomfield is better for all the parents and the families, and having an athletic program just gets everyone excited about our community and the school, and we really enjoy it.
Yes, I love West Bloomfield District Schools, and I love the West Bloomfield Lakers, and I'm going to be a proud parent to see them further on down the career.
All right. Well, I'm just telling you, tough mom, tough kid, and great game, and just also nice to hear the experience and the involvement and the support from all the parents of our star athletes in West Bloomfield. Speaking about star athletes in West Bloomfield, big news, West Bloomfield junior Michigan State commit India Davis is the first player from her school to be named in the I want to get this right, the Gatorade Michigan Girls Basketball Player of the Year. What a great honor for her. Congratulations, and good luck in tonight's game. I'm sure Tyler Keefe, who will be out there at the game tonight, will get a chance to talk to her about that fine award and big contest tonight. Hopefully you can get out and see the girls playing tonight in Lake Orion as they are going for their regional final. If they win tonight, they make it to the state quarterfinals. So lots of news in athletics in our community, and it's a lot of good news as well. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in a minute. We're going to head out well, it's springtime. The birds are starting to show up. We're going to take a look at one of the rare ones that was spotted not too long ago here in Oakland County, and also take a look at what's coming up with us on Monday. Of course, it is State of the Communities. And we're going to go back a little bit more sports here before we're done and talk to one of the former head coaches of our basketball program here in West Bloomfield. That and more coming up this morning right here on The Splash Live. Dave Scott, right back.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Stop by West Bloomfield Town Hall June 14th and get your health in check at the 14th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. Over 40 businesses, organizations, and vendors take the time to showcase healthy practices, tips, and resources for the community. Young or old, there's something for everyone and everybody. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wednesday, June 14th, the 14th Annual Greater West Bloomfield Health and Wellness Fair. This community update from Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. What's happening around you? Hear about state events, businesses, and from the people behind them on The MegaCast, an hour-long TV, radio, and streaming show keeping you informed on the day-to-day news. Listen in on talks with volunteer groups, documentarians, and financial advisors, Monday to Friday with your host, Tyler Kieft. Catch The MegaCast weekdays from 10 a.m. to 11 on Civic Center TV, 89.3 Lakes FM, and streaming on mymytv.com. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Well, good morning and welcome back to your own little old local TV show with good old Dave Scott here. Guy needs a haircut. My goodness, maybe we'll get that done today. Thank you for joining us. Hey, I was just checking the calendar. Guess what? It is Spring Forward weekend, right? That weekend we lose a little bit of sleep, but we get all that extra time in the evening, which is always a great sign. That is certainly a sign that better days are ahead weather-wise. And by the way, here on this show, we don't say spring forward, we say splash forward. So just a note for you. But don't forget, that's happening. Daylight savings time kicks in this weekend, late on Saturday night. That's one sign spring is coming. Another sign around here when spring is on the way is the birds start to appear. And as the hours lengthen in these early days of March, the woods become alive with early morning songs and rhythmic drumming of woodpeckers. A lot of woodpeckers here in our area. What are they doing? They're proclaiming their territory and taking part in their spring courtship rituals. Most of these woodpeckers go unnoticed by human eyes, but they are out there, and take a look. Great post today in the Oakland County blog by Jonathan Schechter, who is a nature education writer for Oakland County government. They got a great blog there. You can go to the oaklandcountyblog.com and you will find it. And that right on our screen is a red-headed woodpecker, and I got to be honest, that's kind of rare. I don't know that, and I'm not a big bird watcher to be honest, but I don't know that I've seen a red-headed woodpecker around my neighborhood. But there you go. Take a look out for that and many other flying friends in our community now that spring is here. It is a great sign. Splash forward, and the birds are coming back. Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce is excited to host 14th Annual Health and Wellness event at the West Bloomfield Township offices, and that is going on June 14th. Reason I mentioned it so early is that we want you to get a hold of Suzanne Levine if you have a health-oriented business, you're in the medical profession in some way or another. We would love to have you join us at the West Bloomfield Township Hall. You can get a hold of Suzanne by going to westbloomfieldchamber.com and get all the details. So it is our biggest event of the year here at Civic Center TV, and it is coming up on Monday. We're making final preparations now for the State of the Communities. It'll look just like that if we get everything worked out at our meeting today as we're going over all the details. Of course, State of the Communities happens during Sunshine Week, which was launched in 2005 by the American Society of News Editors, now the News Leaders Association. And it has grown into an enduring initiative to promote open government. You can see some of the video and images from the last several years of our broadcast. Of course, during COVID, we had to do it virtual, but we are really excited to be back, and it is right around the corner. Monday night, 7 o'clock, West Bloomfield Middle School, and we've had conversations with the participants. A lot of really interesting things to talk about this year. Rob Kalman will be there, the mayor of the city of Keegle Harbor. I had a nice conversation with him the other day about the impending Orchard Lake Road construction project that is definitely going to be a little bit of a pain for all of us as that construction project goes right through Keegle and Sylvan Lake. We had to endure a little bit of it this last fall down closer to Telegraph. Well, that continues now, starts at Middlebelt Road, works all the way through the curve, and maybe even a little bit more. We'll get all the details on Monday. But a really nice opportunity for Keego and Sylvan to get some additional infrastructure, some water mains and other things. I don't know all the details. Rob will tell us all about it. On Monday, we're also going to talk to Jim Cowper about the same thing and other issues. And both of them will be talking about the fine job their local police departments do here in our area. Our smaller communities, Keego, Orchard Lake, Sylvan, they participate together in fire, but they definitely maintain their own independence in their police departments. And we'll talk about why that's important, and a lot of it is driven by folks like you in the community. Steve Kaplan, of course, plenty to talk about, things going on in West Bloomfield, and Dr. Donnie Abazi will be there as well. And article in the, I think it was the Beacon piece here from this, nothing that we don't already know. West Bloomfield School District is seeking a $148 million bond proposal, and voters have an opportunity to decide whether to approve that or not, or in a special election in May. So we'll be chatting about that with our superintendent on Monday evening. 7 o'clock, West Bloomfield Middle School. We invite you to attend. We're going to start at 7 sharp because we're live on TV. Get there at 6:30. If you would, get yourself situated. There'll be a lot of refreshments and other people and really good mingling. So we hope that you join us for the State of the Communities. More on tomorrow's show. And again, Monday. Mark your calendar, and we really hope that you take an opportunity to join us. Can't be there in person. We'll have it live on all of our outlets, and of course, it will be in our on-demand area after the event. Don't forget, Keego Harbor Parade is on the books, and if you're interested in participating in the Keego Harbor Parade, all you need to do is go to the Keego Harbor website, look for information from Keego Harbor Parks and Recreation, and now is the time. If you want to be in the Memorial Day Parade, we'd love to have you there. As you can see, Tyler there last year, broadcasting live. We'll all be out there again this year. So take an opportunity, if you will, now and sign up. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in just a minute. Had a chance last night out at the basketball game to catch up with a former coach of the West Bloomfield High School girls and boys basketball program, Larry Moore. He was the last coach to take either of those teams a long way. Took the boys to the state quarterfinals, and at the point we talked to him, the game was going really good last night. Interesting interview. We'll be back in a moment with Coach Larry Moore from West Bloomfield after this. Good morning, I'm Dave Scott. You're watching The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Wake up, Greater West Bloomfield. Start your mornings with The Splash and tune in for The Splash Live. Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live, local, and for you. First thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page, or watch us live at Civic Center TV or on Facebook. The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live update show. And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back, Civic Center TV and the Splash Live here at Bloomfield Hills. We're recording this at halftime. And look who we ran into. Former head coach of the West Bloomfield Lakers in the very early 2000s, Coach Larry Moore. Coach, thank you very much for joining us.
Good to be here.
Well, really good to see you. You were coaching at a different time when the women's program and the men's program were a fall and a winter sport.
Correct.
And you coached both of those teams and had really great runs back in those years.
I was fortunate enough. I had the girls' team. We went to the quarterfinals, the semifinals, state tournament, and at the boys' team, we went to the semifinals in the state tournament also in the same year. So yeah, I was fortunate enough to have some good players and worked hard, and I think we kind of turned the West Bloomfield program around. We really, back in the early 90s, mid-90s, West Bloomfield was more of the middle of the road. But, we were fortunate enough to turn around. I had Dr. Gretchko who thought enough of me to bring me on, and Dwayne Jones, who was the athletic director. And, we put it together, had a good group of kids, good players, and supportive parents.
Coach, you had a great run, and clearly you're passionate about our community because you're here for this big district game tonight. What a turnaround lately with the Lakers. Last year only winning 4 games. First district win since 2017 the other night, and they're doing really quite well tonight as we record this at halftime.
They look good, and I haven't been out to see them in quite a while. I've had some health issues and mobility issues, but I was able to get out and see them a couple of weeks ago over at the high school. They had a pretty easy win, so it was kind of hard for me to gauge where they were playing a good team. But watching them against this Orchard Lake team, they really look good. You can look at them, you can just see that they're well coached, they're disciplined, and they're playing a really good team and top flight players. So I think Coach is doing a great job.
There's a couple of guys that really love West Bloomfield. I'm a graduate, you coaching during the heyday. Isn't it great to see the programs where they are? Let's talk about athletics. I mean, athletics in West Bloomfield is top notch. State championship football team, women win the state championship last year. This program's coming back, and that's just the beginning of it. The school district and the athletic program's in a good place right now.
It's great, and I want the credit of the principal over there, and especially Eric Pierce. Eric's doing a great job over there with them. Eric was around when I was coaching there, and he was very supportive at that time as a teacher, but now being the AD. But yeah, it's a good community. Community is very supportive of the kids, and they got some good things going on. Great football teams, of course, and I'm glad that the rest of the teams have picked up to fall right in line with it. The girls basketball, of course, state champ, and look like they may win the state championship this year.
We hope so.
Yeah.
I'll take that as gold.
Right. And looking at the boys playing a real good Orchard Lake team, and they're right with them at halftime. If they're there, that last quarter, anything can happen. But they really look disciplined. You can tell that they're well coached.
All right, well, Coach.
And the coach is a fraternity brother.
He's doing a great job. Yeah. I'll roll video right now of him at the end of the last game going right to the fans, and he's really trying to build this program back to where it was, and you certainly set the plate for him. I'm glad to see you're doing well. Thank you for continuing to be out here and support the Lakers, and thank you for saying hi tonight.
Okay,
Larry.
thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Dave Scott will be back with more on the Splash Live in just a moment.
Like what you see? Beautiful works of art, masterworks of metal, and accomplishments of artistry will be on display near you. All kinds of artists from all walks of life come together to celebrate their skill and appreciate their work's beauty. Hot Works presents the 2023 Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. Stop by July 29th and 30th between 2 and 10 p.m. between Powers and Daly off of Orchard Lake Road.
Well, from birds to sports and some very interesting activities going on in our community. There you have it. That's an update from the Splash Live. Good to be with you this morning. Don't forget girls basketball tonight in Lake Orion. West Bloomfield in the regional final. They win tonight. They're off to the state quarterfinals. And as Larry said just a minute ago, he thinks they may go all the way. I'll take that. You have a great day. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning right here on the Splash Live. Stand by. Tyler Keefe will be in here in just a moment. Have a great day.
Splash Live. Get acquainted with people, places, and activities that are live, local, and for you. First thing in the morning, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on our Civic Center TV YouTube page